Yo, you already know who it is, the kid, hustle man, Frats. Today, you see I'm in a different location. I'm not in the station. I'm not in the studio. I'm on the road. I'm outside today. I got a special guest with me. Somebody who I met when I was on my birthday trip in LA 2018. This guy probably doesn't remember. I met him at the Clippers game. And I'll say this is probably like one of the most genuine celebrities I met when it came to like, you gave me your number. And I hit you about a Kevin Hart interview, to be honest with you. And you was like, you know, he's doing interviews right now. And then later on, I met you again at Roots Picnic, and we did the card game.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, you collab.
You try to pull my black card too.
Yeah. But from there, you know, you stayed in contact, and you actually posted, you know, saying on your page. And so I had to get this guy when he came to the city, who I got with me.
Spank, Horton, player. What's up, man? You good? You straight? Hey, this ain't the camera. I actually gained about 15, 20 pounds, so I may look a little heavier, but hey, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating good. That's what it is.
I'm actually on a weight loss journey myself.
Oh, you are?
I'm down 18 pounds since the beginning of the year.
Congrats, bro.
Eating protein and veggies. That's all I eat. Protein and veggies.
That's love.
I even have found out the hacks for the fast food restaurants. So
yeah.
Popeyes got the grilled chicken tenders. People don't know about that. It's called Black and Tenders. And then I go to Chick-fil-A. I get the grilled nuggets.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm on.
You be posting it and all that?
No.
You should post it.
I haven't.
It's content though. It's like, oh, I didn't know they had this at this spot.
It's more so a comfortability thing. At first, when I got on the scale and I see how much I weighed, it was like scary. Like,
okay, I got
shit,
you.
I didn't know that I weighed this much.
Right.
And then now that I'm in the gym, I post I work out now. You know what I'm saying? So I post I might bench press, squats and stuff like that. So people are seeing that. So that's out there. But
you can motivate other people, bro.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that.
That's what I'm saying. If you post like, because I knew that they had it. I forgot who told me. Somebody told me. That's how I knew. I said, hey, you know, they had fucking. Everybody know they got grilled nuggets at Chick-fil-A though. But Popeyes, people didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that. TikTok told me that.
Yeah. TikTok told you.
Shout out to TikTok. Shout out to TikTok.
Yeah, that's where we all get our new information from now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. I need my $1,000 though at the end.
I got you. I'm gonna do a loan from the bank, and we're gonna put it together. I want to start off from. I know you Spank Horton now.
Yeah.
But you started off as Spanky Horton.
No, I never.
Or was it Spanky?
It was just Spank at first.
Okay.
But everybody will always say Spanky.
Yeah.
They introduced me as Spanky. I'm like, yo, it's Spank, man. It's just Spank. It was Spanky when I was a kid.
Okay.
As I got older and started dating, got cool, called me Spank.
Yeah, so I want to talk about Spanky, the kid Spanky.
You want to talk about? Okay, let's talk about it.
So you grew up in North Philly, right?
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It was good, man. It was good. Like, I know it's a lot of crime, but I feel like once you start to understand how to stay away from crime, you'll be all right in the hood. You'll figure it out. You know who to roll with, who not to roll with. You know what I'm saying? You know who the shiesty guys is. Yeah. If you're around them, the drive-by guys might come by and shoot up, so you might not want to hang around them. You learn, though, as you grow, you learn how to maneuver when you're in the hood, though. So I was cool in that.
Were you one of the guys that wanted to try to be the shoot 'em up, bang bang guy?
No, I never wanted to be the shoot 'em up, bang bang guy because only thing I'm scared of in life is jail. Yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail, bro.
You know, they make jail look cool now. TikTok, you can see people been rapping in jail. They got all the snacks. They got the game and stuff now.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go to jail, bro. Yeah.
What I guess what scared you away
rape. I don't want nobody to rape me, bro. Yeah, I don't want nobody to rape me. Yeah.
You sound like Wallow. Wallow was the same thing. Like, yo, I was scared as hell.
That's real.
These kids these days, they look at jail, they be like, man, I'm gonna be the toughest guy in there. So
until they get in there.
Yeah.
And realize these are the toughest of the tough.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't need that.
So you knew all rip that wasn't for you.
Yeah. Like I remember being 13, 14, we all was in the corner, my crew. We was hanging on the corner just chilling. Yeah. Messing with the girls that walk by the neighborhood and stuff like that. Right by the store, the local store where everybody gets traffic at, so you get to mess with people when they walk by or whatever. And I remember one of the old heads around the way that sold drugs. He came to us like, hey, I want to make some money. Y'all already out here. It was probably like 6 or 7 of us out there.
Yeah.
Like 3 of them decided to do it, and the others didn't. Yeah, and them 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have the old heads? Because I feel like now in 2025, we don't have the old heads to tell people like, nah, you're not selling drugs. Like you're good at basketball. Or you're good at spelling. Did you have that growing up? Did you have like?
Yeah, you got both sides. You got some guys telling you, yo, don't do that and that. But when a guy riding around with a Benz, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, but I want that.
I want to be like that guy.
Yeah, you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I'm not playing no goddamn basketball. I'm gonna go get this Benz.
Yeah.
So, we looked at it as fast money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm scared of jail, so I wasn't gonna sell no drugs.
You ain't the only person, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't the only person. When people say like, "Oh, if it ain't a life sentence, a life sentence," I'd be like, "You're tripping."
Yeah.
If it ain't life, it ain't light. No, 5 years is a long time to me.
3 days. What you talking about? I did a weekend before I was crying every night. What you talking about? In the holding center. I almost snitched on my friend like, hey, bro, you got to say something, bro. Like, come on, it's your gun, man. Just go ahead and admit to it.
Yeah.
I mean, he finally admitted to it the second day, and then they let the rest of us go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you did choose the street life. Shout out to you for doing
Yeah.
the best thing possible in life.
Right.
And then you went to college.
Yes.
I want to get on you about that because first of all, I went to Cheney, the first HBCU.
Well, let's get this clear right here. Let's get this clear because there's always an argument about the first. Is it Lincoln? Is it Cheney?
Yes.
Yes, y'all was the first.
All right, thank you.
But
let's move on to the next.
But y'all wasn't the first to give out degrees. Lincoln University was the first to give HBCU to give out degrees. Y'all weren't giving out degrees. Y'all was giving out certificates or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So another step of higher learning from high school.
It was. So
Okay.
that's like what? JUCO? Y'all was like a junior college?
Still HBCU. if a JUCO was a JUCO, it was an HBCU.
But we was
no matter how
But we was giving out degrees first, so that let you know that you was a college, like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess.
You see what I'm saying? So
that's the only thing that you guys can hold your hat on.
yeah, it is.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah, and we're the first liberal art school too.
Football team trash.
Well, I haven't been up there, so I don't know.
Yeah, like, since I've been there.
Since you've been there, been trash?
Been trash.
They ain't never like beat Cheney? Now let's get to the basketball team.
Now, the basketball team, nice.
Yeah. You know I played for them too.
Yeah, the best. Yeah, we gonna get on that. The basketball team is nice. I used to enjoy the Lincoln Cheney battles. Like I used to go to the one in Lincoln, steal y'all girls, and go back home to Cheney.
I was smart.
Because Cheney
ain't. Yeah. They ain't have the Lincoln girls.
Relax, there.
I'm just saying. Let's keep it real.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. You've been 100. You've been 100. So you went to Lincoln. What made you choose Lincoln? Was it just because it was home and you were scared to get away? Like, what was that?
So what happened with Lincoln, I was playing ball at Simon Gratz, you know what I'm saying? It's a top school in Philadelphia at the time when my legendary coach Bill Ellerby was my coach or whatever. And I wasn't going to college. I just played ball just to be playing. I wasn't like taking it too serious like that. But he said, hey, look, all my kids go to college.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on some tours and you're just going to go. I was all right, whatever. So he had a couple schools like some white schools like Niagara and stuff like that. These were like D1, low D1 schools. And I'm like, I'm not trying to go to these white schools to play ball. I'm not really into ball like that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun to play and stuff like that, but I ain't taking it as serious as I didn't know contracts would be $50 million for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? No, $50 million a year for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that at the time. So I went on some tours, and then I went on an HBCU tour. Went to Cheney, met up with the coach, met up with some of the players. I think it was was it May weekend? Is that what it is?
May weekend, yeah.
Yeah, May weekend. I went up during that weekend.
Yeah.
It was dope as hell.
Yes.
I said, hey, I could come here. It was me and one of my teammates. I said, I could come here. Then I think the next day we did Lincoln.
Different ball game.
It wasn't even a May weekend. It was a regular day.
Yeah,
that's how I judged it.
Okay.
I said, if that was the big time weekend, if this is a regular day and they're still all around, I got to come here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I met with the coach, talked this and that. My coach and them, they talked, figured it out, and I said, you know what? I'm going here. Now, if I'd have went to Howard or Hampton or something like that, I probably would have went there. I never went on a visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually was supposed to go to Lincoln. So
you didn't get accepted, huh?
Nah, that's not why I was intelligent.
Okay.
No, so the same thing. I went on an HBCU tour. Yeah. They took us to UMES. I know we went to Lincoln. There was one other school we went to. When we went to Lincoln, I met with the football coach. I played football.
Okay.
Met with the football coach.
See, it wasn't even a football team when I was there. That's how old I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I met with him. He was interested in me, but it was another kid from DC as well, a little bit bigger than me.
Was he better than you, though? That's the question.
I don't know. Hell no.
Okay, there you go.
But size-wise, if you're looking at the D-line, you wanted somebody a little bit taller, you know what I'm saying, bigger.
That makes sense.
And they went with him.
Yeah.
And so I went to Cheney on accident, honestly. It was just, I didn't know there was a rival there.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. They offered me, and I didn't have many offers. I had a lot of like verbal offers, not physical offers.
Right.
And signing day came about. I don't know if you did signing day with basketball?
No.
Okay, so signing day came with
Went
football.
to Division III. It wasn't no signing day. No.
Well, they still do signing day.
They Division II now, I believe. Yeah, they Division II now. But
they Division II now?
Yeah,
Lincoln is.
Yeah,
I don't think
Division III when I
changed
played.
it. But so signing day came around, so all my teammates was going D1, Townsend,
Yeah.
ODU,
Yeah. That's how my
No
team
Klein
was.
18. I was like, damn, like this is the only physical offer I have.
What you got?
And I signed it.
Yeah.
And
What high school you went to?
I say Cheney, Coolidge in Washington D.C.
Coolidge. I think I heard of Coolidge.
Coolidge.
Okay.
So I was the only person that didn't, from all like the seniors that didn't have like other official offers.
Right.
And that
so
was the
you
one.
got it. You was hyped to.
Yeah, I'm going.
So you got signed today?
And I went up. Yeah, I had to sign today. Okay. I went up there for May weekend. Man, they got me trashed, man.
Right.
Like I'm still cool with those guys to this day. Like I'm talking about, we were drinking in the shower. Like they're like, yo,
whoa, y'all was what?
So I mean, explain what you.
Hold on, bro. You said we was drinking in the shower.
You know how college dorms is. There's like the community shower. Yeah. Like everybody is in the shower, but you're not in the same stall.
Right. The sectioned off.
So they gave me liquor. I'm 17 years old. They gave me liquor, and they like, look, we don't stop drinking.
You want to put this on camera? You were 17 drinking?
Yeah, I mean,
okay, all right.
I'm of age now.
Okay, all right.
17, so I got the cup. They're like, yo, we don't stop drinking. Like, so you take your cup to the shower with you.
Okay.
So while you're in the shower, you're still. And by the time I got out, we got to like an event that evening. Yeah. And I fell asleep in there. Wow. I'm 17.
What's your editor's name? What's your editor's name?
Me.
You. Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna need you to edit up the part where, man, we was drinking in the showers. I need you to just edit that part up and put that out as a clip. I just need you.
No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Now, so you went to Lincoln.
Yeah.
You pledged.
Yes.
So you're Alpha.
Yes.
I feel sorry for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm a Q.
Chose the wrong school, the wrong fraternity. What's going on, brother? What's going on with you?
I chose the best attorney in the world. It's the best. Even though we're going.
We can talk about some stories because I used to come to Cheney all the time for the parties.
Yes.
And I seen the Qs up there. I was cool with them too.
Yeah.
But they would wear purple thongs.
I never.
But do some of your frat brothers wear purple thongs?
No, we're not doing that.
You gonna sit here and lie to me?
A thong, first of all, a thong is crazy.
It is.
A man in a thong.
Yes. So you never seen that throughout Omega Psi Phi?
No.
Never?
Never.
So you telling me it changed after I left college?
You know some shit I never.
All right. Hey.
They must have been perping.
Cheney, I remember y'all.
Nah, we ain't doing that. BG, shout out to my guys over BG. We not doing that. I never seen or ever heard anybody with thongs on at Cheney.
All right.
But you pledged Alpha. What made you pledge Alpha, man?
That's a crazy story. So I was a hood guy from the city. I wasn't looking at fraternities. I'm not letting nobody haze me and stuff like that. But when I got on campus, I got pretty popular, like my first year or whatever. So Omega Psi Phi was our student leader. What was he? He was a student activities leader, something like that. He ran student activities though. At work there, he was a Q. Yeah. And one time he called me to the office. Me and him always talk. Like I would host the events up there. Like whenever he had comedy shows, he had me host them because I was like the guy that was like funny on campus all the time. So he always looked out for me. So he called me in his office one time. So we talking and that. His door opened up. So I looked back. Saw a couple of, Lincoln guys. Oh, yeah, what up, y'all? There was the Qs, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they all standing behind me and talking to me. Say, hey, man, so next year you can pledge your sophomore year. So what you thinking about? I was like, nah, man, I ain't pledging, man. I ain't doing none of that. So I turn around. They all talking. And I'm like, what? I see what's going on here, man. What? Nah, I'm out, man. I'm not doing this, man. I'm out. So they just was laughing, playing. They ain't never say, yo, we want you to. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell what it was about. So I said, I'm out of here, man. I know what y'all doing. Whatever, I'm out. So I left. So, me and my mom, close or whatever, So I called her and said, yeah, man, Qs, I think they was trying to, like, see if I wanted to pledge or whatever. She's like, for real? They came to you? I said, yeah. She said, well, why don't you look into it and see what it's about? I said, I don't think I want to join a fraternity, man. They be doing this, what's the name stuff and all that. She said, yes, but you don't know if that's real. Could be rumors. Yeah. Just go research about it, find out about it. I said, you know what? I'll do some research. Did some research on Omega Psi Phi, and I found out all the other fraternities. Because I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Omega Psi Phi is the most popular. We will say that.
I appreciate
that. You know what I'm saying? They are. So that's all I knew about when it came to fraternities when I got there was the Qs. Then I learned about the Kappa Alpha Psi, read up on them. Mm-hmm. Learned about Phi Beta Sigma, learned about them. And I read up on Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Got some things from each organization. Now
you read on IOTAs?
IOTAs wasn't around when, when I was there, man. They wasn't around when I was there.
I just wanted to...
Yeah, I see what you're going. I see where you're going with this, but they wasn't around on my campus. Okay. They was around, but they wasn't on my campus at this time. What was they, like in the 60s or 70s? Were they 80s?
60-something.
60-something, yeah. But they weren't around on my campus. I ain't know nothing about IOTA. They ain't even show up when I Googled fraternities. So I'm sorry about that. But IOTAs I don't want no trouble, but I didn't see nothing about IOTAs. So anyway, as I'm doing that, now I'm on campus and I'm looking around at the fraternities. I'm looking at the plots now. Before I was saying they ain't paying no mind. Yeah. Now I'm looking because my mom got me, go research. So as I'm looking at everything, I'm looking at the brothers that's on campus. Yeah. So I'm looking at the brothers like, could I be like cool with him? Can I be cool with him? Can I be cool with him? There was no alphas on campus that I knew of. It was, they call the ones that don't go paper, but they went through the process. They got caught up. Renegades, yeah, renegades. So it was some renegades on campus. And I knew a lot of the girls on campus that was alpha angels.
Okay.
So I think I mentioned one to one of the girls, like, yeah, I heard about this alpha thing, but there's no alphas up here. Yeah. She was an alpha angel, I didn't know.
She explained it to you.
And she was like, no, there's some alphas up here. I'll introduce you to one. I said, I'll introduce you to one. Introduced me to one. I was like, hey, what's going on? I ain't know. I was like, why y'all be wearing y'all stuff and having parties? And they broke it down like, yo, we renegades, we're not paper. I said, oh, okay, all right. But they was cool guys.
Okay.
Then they told me about the interest meeting because they was coming back. They was suspended. So when they had the interest meeting, I went to the interest meeting. It was about 30 guys in there, but out of the 30, I was like really cool with like 20 of them. I said, yeah, this might be a sign. It might be this. So that's how I looked at it. I didn't just look at it as, if I'd have went as just fraternity, it'd have been cute. That's all I knew about.
That's funny because like I didn't know anything about fraternities either. Like, the only thing I knew about fraternities was Drumline.
Yeah.
You remember the one scene when she took him to the party and take me out? That's all I knew about fraternities. So when I went to Cheney, one of my guys from DC, you know, when people used to graduate, they used to bark like woo 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 woo.
Right.
And so I did that one day, like, oh yeah, you had to tackle at practice, woo. And niggas was like, yo, nigga, don't bark. And I was like, nigga, I'll bark if I want to. Like, fuck is you talking about? And then it was, and we really arguing though, but it's my man's.
Right.
But I'm not knowing why he telling me don't bark. And then later on down the line is when I kind of like, people start like, oh, you can be a cowboy, you fat fly nigga. And I was like, maybe
you a fly nigga?
Yeah, I'm fly.
Oh, I'm just asking. I don't know. It's only our third time running into each other. I'm just asking. Okay.
I always been a fly nigga, man. But it was like, you know, you be a cowboy or whatever. So after that, I did research, and that's how I became a Q.
Okay. All right.
But you chose alpha.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Jim Jones comparing black fraternities to gangs?
Yeah.
When you hear that, what do you think?
Let me say this first. Shouts out to Jim. You know what I'm saying? I just ran into him a couple weeks ago. Shouts out to Jim, though. Capo, you know what I mean? It's all love, baby. But it's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life, bro. It is.
Why?
Because now don't get me wrong, when gangs first started, it was about positivity and keeping secure of your neighborhood, your community, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it then transitioned to something else. When fraternities started, they're still transitioning to the same thing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you compare criminal activity to stuff that's trying to help your community? Look at the people that's out there that's in fraternities.
Yeah.
They in politics, they trying to better their neighborhood. What is it, Manly D scholarships, you know our slogans and all that. Yeah, like, it's hard for me to explain it because the only reasoning that they have is, oh man, y'all do colors. Well, teams do colors too. So is that similar too? Yeah, but y'all do initiations and all that. Yeah, but some of their initiations to kill somebody to join.
Yeah.
We ain't killing nobody. Yeah. Yes, during the pledge process, too many people have passed away. I think Mark Lamar Hill, shouts out to him. I think he quoted that it's been a total of like 12 people since the 60s that was black. Yeah. But you know, fraternities is white too. So total it was like around 80 or 90. So that's mostly the whites and the other people fraternities. Yeah. But blacks, I think he says like a total of 12. I think, I might be misquoting him, I'm not sure, but I think he said like 12. And we're wrong, that's way too many. Yeah. But it's like you can't compare a gang.
My thing is I think people see what's online and that's what they compare to a gang. Yeah. So like for example, I'm a Q. And I know the real narratives that we have socially, which is that we fight each other. Yeah. We fight. We just
I do fight in the parties a lot.
Yeah, we fight. I mean, but I feel like that's anybody though. Yeah. If you're alpha right now and you're strolling and somebody
that happened.
Was wanting to be tougher than tough and say,
pushed them out the way. I pushed them out the way.
You gonna fight them? You know what I'm saying? Push them at least, and if they gonna fight, you gonna fight because where you come from it has nothing to do about your fraternity.
Yes, that's just something that's already within you.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the part that when people try to compare us to gangs is that, but what they don't see is the countless hours of community service people do, the countless hours of stuff you do on campus, the events that you hold on campus, the amount of like, oh, you're an alpha, okay, you're applying for this job, I'm gonna get an interview off the rip just because you're an alpha. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Me being an omega, and if I see alpha, let me check them out. Yeah. Even though we're in separate fraternities, that's the part of fraternities I think that people don't see, and that I hate the narrative of, that's just some college shit. When I just be like, yo, to be honest with you, I got this job at the radio station because one of my fraternity brothers from a different school was at the radio station.
Wow.
And he was like, this is what you need to do. And I've had countless opportunities because of my fraternity. And I hate that narrative of it's just some college
That's
stuff.
all they see. That's all they see. You know what I'm saying? Like movies, that's all you see. But they don't know is people that's 60-something years old. They still, to this day, I talk to my line brothers every day.
Yeah, me too.
Like I've been removed from college since, 2001? What's this? That's 24 years ago.
I was in the first grade, man.
You was in first grade?
First grade.
Me and my line bros, we just took a trip to Brazil last year.
That's dope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to them now because our boy's going over next weekend. I'll be at Lincoln.
Congratulations.
Next weekend, thank you.
Congratulations.
My line brother's son, Amar, is going over in the same chapter. Come on.
Can I ask you this on camera?
Go ahead.
Did you go
I don't do none of that.
To view him?
Nah, I don't do none of that.
Because I
don't do none of that.
You had a hazing incident.
Yes.
I did some research.
Yes.
No, not we, you.
No. It was the whole line. It wasn't just me now. They might have just had my name because I'm the most known now. But back then, it was all our names.
I fell into this similar situation. My line was the last line from my child. We were suspended. We just came back this year, coming up in the fall semester.
How long y'all suspended?
8 years. My line was the last line. We got into some shit there. We got suspended. You were part of some hazing stuff that happened. You don't have to go into detail.
It was 99.
But do you believe that fraternities still should haze? Because all our
hazing
fraternities
is not just physical though.
I'm about to say all our fraternities is non-hazing, but when I hear haze though, I be wanting people to understand that people haze you for jobs.
Yes.
People haze you for opportunities.
Rookies, they haze rookies.
People haze you in the NBA, NFL. People haze you, whatever profession you're in. You get hazed, and it's just not bodily hazing.
Right.
So, us being fraternity members, do you still think that hazing is the proper thing to do?
The only reason why I think it is proper to do, but it should never go to the extreme.
Yes.
Sometimes you get people that go to the extreme.
Yes.
But the only reason why I believe, because I learned a lot from it. Like, it really humbled me. And a person like me, I needed it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never had like a big ego, but I needed some discipline, bro.
Yeah.
I was raised in a single family home with my mother. It's just me and my mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I'm in the house, perfect kid. When I'm out the house, I was going crazy.
Yeah.
I never sold drugs and all that. Yeah. Go to jail, but I did some shit, break windows, ding dong Dixie, little stupid stuff.
Throw
like
rocks
that.
at cars.
Yeah, throw rocks at cars, all that. You know what I'm saying? I got guns drawn on me for doing dumb shit like that in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I just feel like if you could just sign up, anybody would just do it just to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to, if it's not hazing, I want it to be a process where it's not just easy for you to sign up. I want the people that come into the organization wanting to love it, like how I did after I went over, like, yo, because don't get me wrong, when I first signed up for it, I just thought it was like, all right, I'm gonna have some brothers. But going through the process, I said, hey man, this is some shit where I love you guys, bro. Like my line bros. Like I told you, for 24 years, we still talk every day in the group chat. FaceTime each other, I still talk shit to them and all that.
Well, I want to first say rest in peace to the young man, Caleb Wilson, that passed away.
Yes.
I do. I also am pro something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say you have to do this.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys, things that were done to me that I wouldn't do to the next person.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Like I never hazed a person.
You never.
Well, I sent them to get like food and stuff for me and a young lady that's in the room with me. I mean, I've done that. But other than that, like physically, nah.
Yeah. Nah. So I just wanted to say that, rest in peace to young man.
Yes,
Caleb
for sure.
All right, I want to get into.
Oh, let's get back to the hazing part though.
Okay.
Because you try to make it seem like I hate somebody.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that from my research that it didn't go in detail what happened, but I just know you're the line that was before that, and everybody on that line had got in trouble.
Yeah, we all got kicked out.
And you didn't snitch on the person,
no,
or that person didn't snitch on themselves.
So what happened was we crossed players with UD. Shouts out to UD. We crossed players with Frat over there.
Okay.
They had our boys, we had their boys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? One of our boys got hurt.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
Okay.
We was there, so that's why we got suspended.
And it had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it.
Right. So you had to clear that up.
You had to clear that up.
had to clear it up.
Everything happened that happened. Like, everybody got in trouble that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, everything happened. But I was in the clear.
Gotcha.
But I was suspended for like, I think 6 or 7 years. And then they said for me to God damn it, to get back into the fraternity, they needed me to write a 3-page letter.
A letter.
I said, yeah, you kiss my ass. I ain't writing no 3-page letter. I'm cool. I'm straight.
Yeah.
But, my line brother, who's a judge, shout out my guy, Babatunde, There's a judge out there in New York. He did paperwork in all of our behalves, talked to him, and he lifted it. But I still ain't been paying dues, though. You know what I'm saying?
Pay your dues, man.
Yeah, I
just got financial a couple weeks
ago.
ago.
You did? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just told you my chapter coming back, so.
Oh, that's why you did it. Okay.
That's not why I did it, though. That's not. You're not gonna throw that little extra little seasoning on there. That's not why I did it. I want to get to comedian Spank now.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you're from the stand-up and your group Plastic Cup Boys. But when did you know like comedy was gonna be a thing?
When I knew it was gonna be a thing was when I went to go see the Kings of Comedy. That's when I knew it was gonna be a thing. But when I knew I was funny was forever. I used to hear it all the time. Elementary school, like before I was a class clown and I would get in trouble.
Same.
But like middle school and high school, I figured out how to get the teacher involved and make them laugh too, and I never got in trouble. Now I'm like, I wouldn't say teacher's pet, but I was like the teacher's favorite in the class because I would be lively where I wasn't disturbing the class, but I would make jokes where everybody in the class would laugh.
That was my thing. I was disturbing the class. But my only like thing that I could stand on, I used to get in trouble with my mom was my homework. My work was finished in the class. So like if my work is finished, like it's nothing you really can do to me at this point. Like, so now I'm a joke like, oh shit, look at his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a crack joke. So but when when he's called my mom and I just trying to get home, I just be like, I got A's and B's and my work is not. I just be bored, like you know what I'm saying.
I used to get A's and B's, but then you had the behavioral numbers. I used to get 3s. That was bad. I just had like an A with a 3, so it was always behavior.
I literally had. I used to get suspended for all nonviolent things. Like I didn't get in many fights. I was cool with everybody, but it was just more so I was disturbing stuff. Class clowns.
I got suspended on the first day of school before.
I don't know how did that happen.
So I was late. The first day of school, I was late. This is high school. I think I was in the 9th or 10th grade. I think it was 10th grade. Yeah. No. I was playing on the basketball, so it was 11th grade. My fault. Because I was returning to go play for the team. Yeah, so it was 11th grade. First day. I'm late.
First day is crazy.
Going to, they put everybody in the auditorium. I think we had a new principal or something like that at the time.
Yeah.
Principal came and started talking to us. We're not going to start the year off like this. All of y'all late. It was a lot of us. So I'm just in the background yelling out, huh? But it's loud. Everybody hearing it, so I'm disturbing it. And then one of the NTAs, of course, saw me. Hey, you, up, let's go. And I got suspended for saying huh like 3 times.
You always been a guy that's in the middle of the crowd, like making noise because you were a boo guy. You were a guy that sat in
I used to boo comedians.
The middle of the crowd and literally stand up and boo comedians.
Yeah.
Had that ever happened to you once you converted over to being a comedian, and do you remember your time where you ever bombed on stage?
I bombed plenty of times, but I don't think I ever got booed.
Okay.
I don't think I ever got booed. I bombed where it's quiet in there. I'm not getting the laughs that I used to get. This is a while ago though. Here and there, I don't bomb because I pretty much know how to control the room. Like I bomb when I'm overseas though, where English is their second language.
Yeah.
So I talk kind of fast, so that sometimes they don't get it.
Yeah.
They'll probably just clap or something. It's like, yeah, I'm bombing up here. All right.
How do you recover from that?
My personality gets me out of some of it. You know, I just say something crazy, something stupid, or I just talk about the room, and then I just get out of there. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about me tonight. They here to see Kevin Hart, not me.
You can't do that. They here to see all the comedians.
They here to see Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? They ain't here to see me. I'm out of here.
They here to see all the comedians on the stage, man. What's the funniest real life situation that you ever turned into a joke?
I'll probably say the funniest. Probably reading time in class.
Okay. You can't read?
No, I can read.
Oh, okay.
But that used to be the funniest time when the people in your class that couldn't read,
you find
and it was time to read out loud.
Yeah.
That was the best. I think I turned that into a joke. That was one of my first jokes that started getting me known.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because you stuttering and trying to read the first word.
Yeah. those be the toughest guys. The girls want those guys. You be like,
they can't even read.
Motherfucker can't even read. So you just said like people come to see I'm so sorry.
I only say that when I'm bombing.
Kevin Hart.
They come to see Kevin Hart. You was about to say Cat Williams. I'm gonna tell Kev you said that too. You know he was in town last night too.
That had nothing to do with me.
He had a show and we had a show. That's crazy, ain't it? In the same city.
That had nothing to do with me.
No, you was trying to bring Cat up for a reason. I know you don't. You think you slick.
Yo, I was
trying to get his own shade room. I see what's going on.
No. I was definitely nowhere near Cat Williams. I wanted to talk about you get your recognition as a comedian because you mentioned people coming to see Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And I think I seen Donnell Rawlings talking about being a Robin to a Batman.
Yeah.
And then learning how to be a Batman for yourself.
Right.
Do you feel that you been, I guess, Kevin's Robin for so long, and then now you're creating to become your own Batman? Has that been a struggle for you?
Now that it's all about content now with social media and all that, it's not. Like I got my own podcast that I do with Lou Will. Shout out to Underground Lounge.
Just hit 50K, 50 subscribers.
Yeah, just hit 50 subscribers. We've only been doing it a year, so they said that's good. But after we posted the 50K, then shout out to Jeff Teague and them. They posted 600K. Okay. And then after them, Gilbert Arenas posted 1 million. I said, what's going on, man? When they looked at our little 50K and said, you know what, let's shit on these guys. Shouts out to them, though. They my guys, though. Shouts out to them, though. Yeah. But yeah, it's dope though. So I was looking at like I can tell you some situations where I can tell it wasn't working for me because like I would have meetings with agencies and stuff like that when I first moved to LA, and some of them would look at me like, "Yo, what can we do with you? Because you're under this big umbrella of Kevin Hart." So people just assume because I'm with Kev, I'm good. But it's like, no, I want to get out here and do my thing. Like I've auditioned for some big TV shows. You know what I'm saying that's still on today. Shouts out to the Powers and all that. Like I auditioned for all that stuff. Like I got. Callbacks was down to me and 2 other people for a couple movies. Like it just didn't, it didn't transfer over yet. But this one I knew was really bad because shout out to my guy Naeem Lynn, Plastic Cup Boy. We did a show and Tyler Perry was at the show. Okay. At the end, he came to the back. We all was talking this and that. And Naeem knew his assistant. And he was like, "Hey, what's going on? How you been?" And he talked to his assistant, to Tyler Perry. He said, "Hey, let Tyler know that he liked the show. He liked my performance and that." She got back to him and said, "Yeah, he loved your performance. He'd love to have a meeting with you." Okay. He went and met with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry said, "Oh, I didn't know. I thought maybe you only worked with Kev." He was like, "Nah." Wow. And once he said nah, now he even got a TV show on BET. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Tyler Perry. But people assume we with Kev that we good. No, we not good. All right? I will leave his tour to do my own tour. All right?
Is it a struggle being in that light for so long? Like, and kind of like waiting for the right time to jump out there because you see what he has to deal with on a day-to-day basis because you're his real friend. Like outside of the comedian relationship, you're his real friend. Has there ever been times where you be like, man, like I'm comfortable here, but I do want to step over it?
No, I'm comfortable here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm comfortable. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm comfortable here. That's my problem. Yeah. Like I looked at it as, you know what? This is my guy. I mean, the pay is well, so it's like, shoot, you done changed my life, bro. So, hey, whatever you need, I got you. I'm here. Plus, another thing is, like, a lot of people be trying to get in your ear, too, like, yo, he ain't putting you in this, he ain't putting you on that. It's like, I'll pay that noise no mind. Because at the end of the day, he's comfortable with who he's around. If I blow up, that means he got to hire somebody else. Yeah. It's a new person. Yeah. He don't know this person. Now he got to figure out how to get cool with this guy like how he is cool with me. Does it hinder me? It does, but I look at it as his loyalty, but in the same breath, I still got to take care of my family. But I can take care of my family over here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, my name ain't as big as it should be, but, I look at it as, all right, when he feel like he about to stop, then, all right, I'll step out and do my thing now.
So do you think that you get the recognition that you deserve, though? Just in the comedian world?
I think in the comedian world, I do. Okay. My peers, I do. Okay. I do. Yeah, I do. Because before I got with Kev, I was hustling. I used to be in New York all the time, so I met all the comedians out there in New York. That's where everybody used to be, New York or LA. Yeah. Then I would go to LA, I would work out. I met all the big-time comedians out there. So when they found out I was with Kev, now it's like, it's just making me even better now and bigger. Now they're like, oh, you working with Kev now? That's what's up, that's what's up. But they didn't know we had a relationship beforehand.
Yeah, because I want to say, when I was doing my research, you didn't pull on that string a lot of being Kevin Hart's best friend or friend. Early on, because you knew Kevin since you was 15, 16.
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
Early on, like you wanted to prove to yourself and whomever that viewed you as a comedian that you could stand on your own too. You didn't tell Kevin that you.
No, I didn't even tell him. He found out.
Exactly. So for you, it was like a prove it to him situation first before you even wanted to come underneath that Kevin Hart umbrella. Right. And I think a lot of people.
But he wasn't Kevin Hart then, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was just going.
But he had roles though.
Yeah, he had roles.
You get what I'm saying?
But so people used to call him Nate Sean. That was his character name from Soul Plane. When we started doing comedy clubs,
for real?
Yeah, he was calling him Nate Sean. I didn't even know his real name.
I ain't know that.
He was doing from Soul Plane. Like, hey, Nate Sean.
That was definitely the first time I had ever seen him.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like overlooked in the industry at all?
Sometimes.
Because of this?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
How do you deal with that, like personally?
I go to the ATM, take some money out, go shopping. I guess because now I'm older, so it's different. It's a different feeling. But when I was like in my early 30s, I think that's when I was feeling some type of way. Like, hey, bro, I should be on this. I should be on that.
Yeah.
I got a lot of followers on IG. Why are they booking this guy, not booking me? So it was a problem for a minute. But then when you get paid, it's like, all right. I'm cool. I'm straight.
So what do you determine the success on then at this point in your life? Is it legacy? Is it money? What is success for you?
Just paying my bills on time. And not having a 9 to 5, bro. Just paying my bills on time. I feel like I'm successful. I can pay my bills on time. I don't have to get up early in the morning unless it's for a flight. But other than that, I can just relax, chill, and do what I need to do during the day and then go to work.
So legacy?
I think my legacy is going to be big, though. I really do.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have the later run.
Okay.
I feel like when I get to 50, 53, 54, around there, I think that's when you're going to start seeing me a lot in stuff. I don't know why. I just feel like I got this late resurgence that's going to happen for some reason. I don't know why. It might be God talking to me in my ear.
Yeah. Have you reached the level of success that you want to be at right now?
No. I would love to star in movies. We'll have my own TV show for sure. Like I can say this. I pitched a TV show. It got picked up. Shout out to CBS. It got picked up, but it was time to do the pilot. The writers wrote the pilot. They didn't like it, and then they shelved me. Okay. Just like that. I said, "Hey, man, what's going on?" I thought I had a TV show about to come out. This was during 2020. It was right before the pandemic.
Okay. It
was that January the pandemic hit.
It might have been just because of the pandemic. They didn't like it because of the pandemic. They might have shelved it because of that.
What it was my agent told me, it was like, yo, they really loved you. They really didn't like the idea like that.
Okay.
They just loved you. But then when the pandemic hit, because what I was going to say, because the agent said, yo, if they love you, that means you should just sign a deal to just CBS. They put you on like a Horton deal, and if a show or something come around that they get pitched and they like, then you can fit you in, that'll happen. But when COVID happened, everything was shut down. And I never once COVID was over, I never got back. Like, hey, let's see what's up with CBS.
Man, you want to touch back in with them. That we're talking about. Yeah. But since you went there, I want to tap onto your 5-year goal that you tweeted out, and it's your pin tweet.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably skip over because of all the shit you talk on Twitter. We're gonna get to that though. But so your 5-year goal was to write a movie. Mm-hmm. You want to land a movie, hopefully your own movie or TV role. You want to produce your own special. Mm-hmm. You want to do an international tour, and you wanted to become a household name by 2027.
Yeah.
Tell me what was going through your mind when writing those goals, and then where are you right now with those goals?
I wrote that goal because I do this every 5 years.
Okay.
So I did one in 2017, and I think I made the goals bigger this time. But the first 5-year goal was to get on a TV show, like a guest appearance. I think it was like to land a small movie role, and I can't remember what it was. I think I wanted to drop a special or something. So I dropped a special, a half-hour special on Comedy Central. I did the movie Tom and Jerry.
Dope, man.
I was a voice for one of the Alley Cats on Tom and Jerry. I did something else. I accomplished most of them.
Okay.
So when 2022 came around, the 5 year was up, so I did a new one. So now where I'm at with it, I'm writing a movie right now. Shout out to Heartbeat Productions. I'm talking to them. We got a writer writing on it now.
If you need somebody for a role,
I'm not going to do the casting.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. If I do the casting, I got you.
I'll make an alpha thing, you know.
See, if you'd have pledged Alpha and went to Lincoln, see what I'm saying?
That ain't my fault. That's not my fault.
I think that's kind of your fault, man.
That's not my fault.
But I'm writing a movie now over there with Heartbeat Productions. Hopefully by the end of this year, I have the full script, and we're going to start pitching it to studios. What else was on there?
You wanted your own hour special,
yes,
international tour, and become a household name.
All right, the hour special is in the works. I filmed some things where I'm going to have like docu/stand-up. Okay. So I filmed a lot of my friends and family, got them to do like little testimonies on me. I filmed probably like 20 minutes of stand-up so far. Okay. So I want to get it to like an hour and 15, hour 20, like movie style based type. Yeah. But the only thing is most of them streaming services like, yo, we want an hour, we want a flat hour. That's it. It's like, yo, come on, take this out. But maybe Tubi will take an hour and 15, hour and 20. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to do that by next year. And then with the movie coming out, I'm a star in it, of course, unless we get a big name that wants to do the movie, and I gotta move over from the star to like third or fourth on the list.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe the movie, the stand-up drop, that'll help me become a household name by 2027.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that though. I think that that's something that I want to do. Cause right now I have goals.
Yeah.
I write them with my boy in the crib.
Right.
But I think I want to put them out public. Cause I don't know who I might inspire. I don't know what me putting them out public could.
I get a lot of people hit me up, but like the question you just asked,
Yeah.
I get a lot of people DM me like, yo, man, I just want to know how's your goals going. And I respond to them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
One thing about you, man, like you respond to everybody. I won't say everybody, but
talk to people. Yeah.
You are a person I feel like that be in the crib on your phone.
Yeah, I'm a people's person, man.
And are you not afraid of being canceled, bro?
Nah.
Because you talk about everything, no matter what's trending. Are you like cancel culture is not like you don't believe in it?
No, I don't. I really don't, man. Because this is what it is. Don't get me wrong. Times is sensitive right now.
Yeah.
I get that. But I'm not being offensive. I don't think I'm being offensive.
Yeah.
And if I am being offensive, somebody say, hey, man, you hurt my feelings, I'll be like, you know what, I apologize because I didn't mean for that. I will apologize. I'll take accountability. But I just feel like I'm just being funny. I'm being silly, man. Like, why is you taking it so personal? Like, I've done had people, because, you know, when we do tours, it's Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
So on Ticketmaster, you can make comments. So I had people make comments like, yo, yeah, they make some comments. I'm like, huh? They call me homophobic and all that because I got gay. Like, I had this one gay joke. I was like, yo, I don't want my son to be gay, right? Mm-hmm. So they looked at it as being homophobic. I'm like, no, like, I like the Eagles. I want my son to like the Eagles too. Like, that's just me. I'm a heterosexual man. I want my son to be heterosexual.
Yeah.
Then somebody asked like, yo, but if he wants to be gay, then what? I said, no, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
I'm not making that statement to say, yo, because if he is gay, then I'm not going to love him. No, I'm going to still love him. So the joke was, now that my son is gay, what if you want to get married, like fall in love?
Yeah.
I got to, like, what if he's the girl in the relationship? I got to walk him down the aisle to give him away? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just made it into a joking way, but they took that personal. I'm like, all right, but it's real though. Like, if it's to happen, I gotta walk him down the aisle. He's the girl. Like, what are we talking about?
Another thing that I see that you like very vocal on Twitter right now, Stephen A. and LeBron James, man.
Yeah.
Stephen A. said if LeBron would have put his hands on him, he'd have swung on him.
We lying.
You know, first, you don't think Stephen A. give him a little one of these? No. Like, it ain't got to be like to the chin. No. You don't think he'd have swung on him? You would think that he just had accepted it.
He would have accepted. He'd have balled up or something. If Stephen A. would have jumped at him, he'd have fell in the seat. Let's be honest.
Okay.
This man is 6'8", bro.
Yeah.
Stephen A. is probably 6'1".
If that.
Like, come on. I'm 6'5". If LeBron would have, hey, bro, bro, you got it, bro. Like, come on, you got it. And why would you swing back? That's the case. You're getting money.
Yeah.
Hit me. I'm suing immediately. Hit me.
Listen, if Spank Horton ever see you in public and you on Twitter talking shit to him and he hit you, take his advice.
I'm not going to hit him.
Take his advice.
I've been approached.
Oh, shit. Flagrant foul. He get too close to you.
I've been approached from people.
Oh, really?
Yes. In the streets, like, real.
How do you deal with that?
I was looking at him and laugh.
Okay.
Yo, man, you've been talking to my girl on Twitter. All right. Tell your girl to block me, my nigga. Like, what's the problem?
I would be mad as shit at you. You tell some all right.
All right, like, what you talking to me for? Talk to your lady. Don't talk to me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know if she got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm just on my timeline talking trash.
Back to the Stephen A. stuff, though. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Stephen A. is wrong about the way he's treating Bronny and LeBron?
Yes, for sure.
Why?
Because you're a journalist. Okay. Your job is to say, like, this is, I don't think people remember when he talked about Bronny. Because at first he didn't. I will get that to him. He wasn't talking about him.
He was trying not to.
Yeah, because everybody else was talking about him. So now he probably was getting messages, yo, why you don't never talk about Bronny? Why you don't never talk about Bronny?
Yeah.
Because you know him and Stephen A. and Brian don't get along at all.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't. They don't like each other.
I mean, he made it public now.
Yeah, now we know. But all this been building up for years. For years. So for you to say, as a father, you need to tell your son to go to the G League or something like that as a father. Now you're getting personal, bro. All you had to do is say, yo, man, in my opinion, I think Bronny should stay in the G League. He's averaging 1 point. He broke down his averages, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's the 55th pick.
I think that the reason that Bronny is the topic, no matter what pick he was going to be or what pick he is because at the end of the day, his father's LeBron.
Yeah, he's the most popular.
And so I understand a lot of people want to say, well, what about the first 54? Nobody in the first 54 is getting talked about in the league.
But is that fair?
Amongst players as much as Bronny.
The number one pick usually be the most talked about.
Yeah, because they're usually good, though.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they aren't good, so it's like...
So why are you not saying they're not good, too? Why are you not putting their averages out there? Because the number one pick.
Because they're not to his opinion is they're not forced into the games to play X amount of minutes. Right. They're allowed to go to the G League and stay in the G League until they're ready to go to the NBA.
He got a contract, though. Bronny signed a contract.
Whereas though where Bronny, which is, nepotism, shout out to them, first of all, because...
We need more of that.
I'm about to say, other ethnicities do it all the time. He was grandfathered.
Asians, yeah, they all do.
He was grandfathered into the league. Then the first opening night, they did the moment with him and his father on the court, which is super dope. We all wanted to see it. But at that moment, what he was saying is, just let your son be in the G League then. Don't try to force him up to the NBA. Again, as a father, you want to see your son do well. You want to see your son play in the NBA. But as a teammate, as a person who just is a part of the sports, you realize that he isn't ready for the NBA currently. Not saying that he can't be there. And then also you put the pressure on him. A lot of people bring this up about his tweet. My son is better than half the league right now. And then now
all of it said half the league. He said, I think he's better than a lot of these players. Oh, that's similar. That's like half the league. He probably said that.
It's like so you bring that pressure on him by saying that. And then as a commentator, as a journalist, Stephen A is basically saying like, okay, well, if you don't want to talk to him as a player, as a father, tell your son go to the G League.
Right.
Is that personal though, or is that facts?
But he ain't have to say as a father. Why are you saying LeBron put him in the G League? Why are you saying LeBron? Why are you not saying the ownership?
Okay, because we all know that LeBron runs certain shit when he on certain teams.
I get all that.
I don't want him as a teammate. He's out of here.
Right.
I don't want this coach. He's out of here.
Right.
So we know the power structure that LeBron has. So as a journalist,
why say as a father?
Because as a player, you obviously not gonna tell him.
Right, but so you don't.
As a teammate, you're not gonna tell him.
You don't think he's telling him that though?
I don't know. We don't
know. So why are we saying this?
We don't know the conversations that him and Bronny's having.
Right. Do we know? This is what a lot of people fail to realize too. NBA is a business, right? Do you know that he sold way more jerseys than everybody total in his draft?
Yeah. And why?
Right, because he was famous since what, high school, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a lot of people buying Bronny jerseys, you don't want to see him play?
No, not really.
If people is buying your jerseys,
are you a Lakers fan?
No.
Okay.
I'm a Sixers fan.
All right. So if you was
shout out to Joel Embiid and Maxey and
so if you were a Sixers
Paul
fan,
George.
you will be cool with Bronny just being on the court just because LeBron is on the team.
If I bought a jersey, I want to see him play. I do.
Even if he's averaging 1 point.
Yeah.
But you
how many minutes did he play?
Is Tobias Harris a good player?
Who?
Tobias Harris.
He's a great player.
Great?
Yes. He just wasn't good for the Sixers.
Okay. So when he's with the Sixers, you didn't want to see him on the court?
No, I didn't.
His jerseys, people bought his jerseys.
No.
He signed.
He wasn't selling more jerseys like Bronny was.
I didn't say he sold as much, but people bought his jersey.
Part.
He had a way better contract than him that he has now.
He did.
Y'all chose him over Jimmy Butler, but people were coming to the crowd.
That's not true.
That happened.
That's not true. Jimmy just said that. That's not true, though.
That happened.
That's not true.
That happened. The Sixers chose.
Y'all want to talk about it?
No.
You want to talk about it?
I want to stay.
I know some inside information.
Okay, we can get to that, but I want to stay here.
Let's stay here.
But we'll say that Tobias Harris is trash. We don't want him on the court, but because Bronny is LeBron's son, we want him on the court. How does that make sense?
I'm not saying for me, excuse me. I'm not saying for me.
Yeah.
I'm saying the little kid that bought his jersey will want to see him play on that court.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. What did Bronny do in his last game as a Laker? Didn't he score like 17, 18 points?
I think so.
Yeah. Didn't he have like a lot of minutes?
I didn't watch the game. We on the East Coast.
He had a lot of minutes.
Okay.
So when he averaged a 1 point, what was his average in minutes?
Probably like 5 or 6 minutes, something
exactly.
like that.
Now I watched Gil's Arenas. Gilbert broke it down. If he was to play 36 minutes a game when he was only getting the 5-6 minutes, he would average 12 points a game.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
it's more so to the playing time.
You need time.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying. He needs time to grow though as a player.
You don't think he's growing?
I don't think. Yes and no. Yes and no. I say yes and no.
You know how much he's averaging in the G League?
Nah, he's going crazy in the G League right now.
He's averaging 21.
He's going crazy, but that's what I'm saying. Grow there, and then
he got a 4-year contract, bro.
Because he's Bron. I mean, it's Bronny's son. I mean,
who else is averaging 21 in the G League?
There's been people that average 21 in the G League.
I know that, but who else?
I don't know the names personally.
Of course not.
I don't know their names personally. But people know their names.
How much the 56 pick averaging in the G League? The 57th.
You know
the 58th.
Do you know?
No, I don't even know their names.
Exactly.
But he's averaging 21. So is he worth the 55th pick now? Averaging 21 in the G League? Does he have potential?
Yeah. I think always.
So with him averaging 21, and you're looking at maybe the 13th or the 14th person on the bench.
Yeah.
You think Bronny is better than him now? Oh, no, I'm not going to say better than him now. Do you see he has potential to be better than him in these 4 years?
Yes.
So what's wrong with him getting 5-10 minutes in the NBA so he can get the experience?
You're right.
I'm just saying, like, people not looking, you know what it is, people? They hate LeBron, bro.
Yeah.
I love our people.
Yeah.
We love the come up story. But when you've been on top too long, we start to hate you. Like, look at my friend Kevin Hart. When he was coming up, loved. Now I see people say he ain't funny at all. At all?
I would never say that.
I'm like, at all? Come on, y'all. You can say this special is not as funny as that special.
Yeah.
I get it. He's not funny at all to me. Say that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. But at all, I'm like, all right, you guys, y'all tripping. Then like when he on the Casanat show, where this Kevin at? Now he's funny. What? He's always
like that.
Yes.
He's always
but,
like that.
It's the hate thing, bro.
Well,
I can't wait to get it.
Do you have the inside scoop on the Tobias Harris?
I tend to think I do. I'm good friends with Jimmy Butler. I tend to think I do.
So
he always wanted to go to Miami, bro.
Oh, okay.
He always wanted to go to Miami. He wanted to have his own team.
So why did he put out the narrative that they chose him?
It's the NBA. It's a business, bro. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's the business. I'm gonna tell you why. In a way, they did choose Tobias over Jimmy. It was because of Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Ben Simmons needs the ball in his hand. Jimmy Butler needs the ball in his hand. So it's not going to work with Jimmy having the ball in his hand most of the time, like how Ben Simmons had the ball in his hand most of the time. Think about it. In Miami, Jimmy had the ball.
In his hand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Ben, for him to create, he needs the ball. So that's where the clash was at. So that's how you would look at it as they chose Tobias over Jimmy. Okay. But Jimmy really wanted to go to Miami anyway, though. Not to say that he told me this, but I heard from other players that he wants to go to Miami. Yeah. So he really didn't. The Sixers really didn't choose Tobias over him. They just chose with Ben Simmons, where we want you to have the ball in your hand, and look how that disrupted.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to talk about that's trending right now is Waka Flocka. They asked Waka Flocka in an interview, if you was in a boat or something like that, stranded in the middle of the ocean, and your wife and your daughter was drowning, who you saving, who you let go?
Yeah.
He said immediately his wife.
Yeah, I agree.
Your wife?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we can create again, have another child. You can't create again being a single dad. Now it's harder for you to get another woman. Now you're a single dad. Black women talk about it all the time. It's hard out here raising a child by yourself. So why would I put myself in that position to raise a kid by myself when I can just save my wife and we have another child? Sorry, but me and my wife will have another child. What?
As a father,
yeah,
I think I'd choose my child.
I'm a father too. I get it.
I know.
I'm a father too.
I think I choose my child because I feel like my wife had an opportunity to live at least a portion of her life.
Damn. But you know when you get married, this is what people don't understand about the Cosby Show. That's why the Cosby Show is so great. You know when it came to Claire and Bill, it was about them.
Yeah.
They love their kids, but it was about them. That's why when he would argue with the kids, yeah, my house, when the kids say, this ain't your house. This is me and your mother's house.
Yeah.
Like, you're one when you get with a wife.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I get it. You love your kid, but...
It's like, are your kid 10, potential to be LeBron?
At 10?
You might can see, he might be nice.
That's a different perspective.
It could be LeBron, but your wife has lived. She's tech is what she do.
You live too though.
But I'm saying, but I'm
so
saving.
Why don't you die? Save both of them.
That's not a part of the.
Would you do that?
If I had, yeah, I think as a father, that you're supposed to be the person that dies first.
Exactly.
And if that was a part of the scenario,
yeah,
I would choose to die first.
You would choose to die first and let them live.
Let both of them live. But if I had to choose between my wife and my kids.
You choosing your kids?
I choose my kids.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm choosing my wife.
I choose my kids.
I'm gonna have another one. Yeah, I'm saving my wife.
I know your DM's crazy right now.
I actually had a joke about it. I was like, remember when the kid got stuck in the zoo with the gorilla?
Yeah.
I had a joke about it, and my wife gonna ask me if our child would have fell in there, would you have went there and saved her? I said, no. Not jumping in no goddamn cage.
I just want you to know we're rolling, by the way.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. It should be on TV. I think I posted on something. Oh, it's gonna be on my special. It's gonna be on my special.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not jumping in no cage to fight no gorilla to save my daughter.
I can understand because both of y'all gonna die at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, both of y'all gonna die.
He definitely gonna kill me when he see me.
Because he's gonna be intimidated.
Yeah.
You're the first person.
Nah, I'm not jumping in there. No. You can have another baby. Come on.
Speaking
Why people don't look at that as you can have another baby? You know what I mean? Women out here.
Because I think what babies is, they're babies, and it's like they didn't
don't
get
know what's going on.
Exactly. So why not let them live? They didn't get the opportunity to even, you know?
You can have another one, bro.
I don't think it's gonna. I think you saying that now.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's gonna be the same feeling like if your child was to pass away tomorrow. Like
now you changing the narrative now.
I'm saying,
of course, if my child was to die, I'm gonna be like that.
They're gonna die. I'm saying all these scenarios, somebody died.
I know that, but just saying like I'm just in a house and my daughter upstairs and just died. That's totally different from I gotta save one. God damn shit. All right, come on, baby. I'm gonna cry, be hurt. Damn. Come on, girl.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
2
years old. You was here for 2 years.
I can't.
You don't know what's going on out here in these streets.
Yeah, but your love for a 2-year-old, you don't know.
Now I can't pay my mortgage because we was going half. We was 50-50.
You a 50-50 guy?
Who?
You.
I'm just talking about this scenario.
No, but I'm asking you.
No, I'm not. I do all right for myself. So.
Is it only because you're how successful you are? Or
yes, it is because I'm how successful I am.
If you were a regular, like went the job 9 to 5.
Yeah, I give you a situation right now. When me and my ex-wife, when we first got together, we was together for like 3-4 years. We went and bought a house together.
Okay.
We was going half on everything.
Okay.
I was doing comedy then. We was going half on everything. Then as I got more successful, I started handling more bills. Then when I got to the point where I'm at now, I took care of everything. Okay. She quit a job and everything. She was a teacher.
That makes sense.
She quit a job and everything. Now, as I grew, I took on over the bills. But if I'm at a point where we both around making the same amount of money, and it's not a lot, bitch, we gonna have.
Bitch, we gonna
have. What you talking about?
It's funny because I see the girl on TikTok say if a guy is going 50-50 with her, then she'll might as well just live on her own. And I just wanted to do the math real quick.
Yeah.
So if a mortgage or rent costs $1,500, y'all paying $750 and $750.
Yeah.
So you would rather leave $750. The guy's supposed to pay the $1,500.
Yeah.
So he's comfortable paying the $1,500.
Right.
You would rather leave the $750 and then say I'll go pay an extra $750 to pay $1,500.
It's all bullshit.
On my own.
Most of them women that's on TikTok and all that, they live with their parents. They ain't paying no bills at all. So that's why they looking at it as I'm not going 50-50.
Do you live? Are you married now?
No.
Okay.
Single, baby. Don't put that on me.
I didn't know.
Single, baby.
Okay, when you were married, right?
Yeah.
I have a scenario I want to talk to you about.
Let's do it.
This wasn't even on my question list.
Yeah.
This is a real scenario that happened with one of my guys.
Okay.
He was going to a different state to apply for a job. He had a family member that lived there with his wife. I'm sorry.
A family member that lived with their wife. He was going to move in with them?
No, he was just going there to apply for a job.
Yeah.
He had an interview.
Yeah.
And he reached out to his family member and said, I'm coming down. You know, you told me if I ever come to the state, like, I can stay with you.
Yeah.
And the cousin said, yeah, like, you know, how long are you going to be here for?
Right.
And he said, if I get the job, I probably need to be there for like just a month or so.
Yeah.
And try to get my apartment and everything. But I'm coming down for the weekend for the interview. And his family member's response was, well, let me talk to my wife real quick to make sure everything was good.
Yeah.
He was upset about that. He said, why does he have to talk to his wife to get an approval?
Yeah. Clearly he wasn't married.
Is that the right move?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Even paying all the bills?
Yes.
Why?
Because she lives there too. You don't live there by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all is one. You gotta go to her and say, hey, my family member coming in town. Most likely your wife gonna say, okay, we can do it. Because she gotta adjust herself.
Yeah.
She like to walk around in her night clothes. You know what I'm saying? She can't walk around in night clothes no more.
Yeah.
So you gotta figure it out. You're as one now, man.
Yeah.
So you can't just do that on you. You can't, I'll let her know that you're coming.
Yeah.
No, you gotta say, hey, do you mind? Because it's your house. It's not just your house no more. So you gotta do that. I was married before. So
he feels though because he pays all the bills that she should just do what he say. Like, my cousin coming, my family member coming, and he's staying here. And I explained to him, I said, yo, bro, it's a bigger fish to fry in a marriage, in a relationship, than to be arguing over you. I said that. I want to put it in perspective like that.
Yeah.
To be arguing over you, bro, and I just want to chill and play the game.
You're an extra headache already.
I don't want to deal with that shit. So I'm going, even, and the crazy part about it is I said, in his mind, he's probably already made a decision that you can stay there.
Yeah.
But he wants her
to be involved.
To feel like she gives the approval.
Because you know why? When you're paying all the bills, sometimes, I used to get this with my ex-wife, they feel like they're not needed when you're paying all the bills. So they want to feel their worth, their self-worth about what are they bringing to the family, what are they bringing to the household. You know what I'm saying? So you, as the man paying all the bills, going to her like, hey, my cousins want to come to town. What do you think about him living here? That lets her know, like, okay, so I am important.
Valuable.
Right, I'm valuable. You know what I'm saying? So
just want to let you know, bro, you tripping.
you tripping, bro. Clearly you single.
Nah, he is. Definitely is. I want to kind of get into some questions that can, like, inspire others. You've been around.
Don't do it. If you want to do comedy, don't do it. That's the best inspiration I can give you. Now, message you.
You've been around all the biggest names in the comedian world, acting world. What's one piece of advice that they've given you and that stuck with you to this day?
I don't pretty much ask when I'm around celebrities, like, what's some advice? I never, like, ask. Even when I was coming up in the comedy game and I was opening up for the likes of, I actually opened up for Cat Williams before. I opened up for Monique, some more. Who else opened up for? A lot of comedians that was big time. I never asked them for advice. What I used to get advice from is when I saw them do interviews. Okay. And I listened to what they say, because they talking about their experience, because your experience is going to be different from mine. Yeah. So the advice I give you, it might not help you, because, I mean, this is a basic advice, like, yo, just stay true to yourself. As long as when you get on that stage, you're staying true to yourself, who you are, you'll be fine. But you got to hit the stage a lot to be a stand-up comedian. You got to hit it a lot, because it's tough.
What's the actor that just did Captain America? I can't think of his name.
Oh, he's the new Captain America. God damn it, my guy.
I can't think of his name. He was
I gotta
in the 8 Mile video, 8 Mile movie.
This go bother me, bro. I gotta Google it.
But it was something that he said that was very, like, moving to me, right? He was talking about success and saying, like, giving people the advice of, man, just work hard and, like, it's gonna all work out for you. Yeah, Anthony Mackie.
Damn, Spank.
He was saying that advice of just working hard and it's all gonna work out for you is kind of a lie. He was like, in order for you to be successful, somebody has to kind of, like, put their hand on you, get in touch you and say, this is your time. You know, or you know, you're due for this opportunity. Like, but you have to perform, of course. But they'll give you your. Do you believe that, or do you believe it's hard work?
I believe that. Like I told you before, I auditioned for a lot of stuff. It was down to me and 2 other people. And I remember from my agent hearing, yo, he got the role because he got more acting experience. Yeah. I'm like, huh? Then I remember one time auditioning for something, and I think I went to the premiere for it. I didn't get it. I went to the premiere, and I ran into the casting director. Okay. The casting director was like, yo, I was pushing for you for this role, but, you know, the producer really liked this guy. Like, they got some history together, so they put them in that role. Like, that really happened. So the producer put their hand on that guy to put him in that role.
How does that make you feel hearing that, though? Like,
I got to network better. I got to stop being cool with casting people and get cool with producers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the game. It's nepotism. Yeah. It's networking. You just got to network. A lot of black people look at it, oh, that's dicky. It's not dicky. You get cool with somebody. Like, look at us right now. Yeah. How did we meet?
2018 Clippers game.
Right.
You were just there by yourself.
Right. And we talked.
You gave me your number.
Now what? 7 years later, you asked me for an interview. What I say?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Immediately.
That's network. You wasn't dicky.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But, you know, now don't get me wrong, a lot of celebrities not going to act and be like, yo, take my number. They be like, yo, hey, go talk to them for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm more, I don't know, I'm a people's person.
What part of the industry that you don't like? What's the part of the industry that you have not enjoyed?
I don't like the backstabbing. I don't like the comedians to go to other comedians, talk shit about this person. I don't, like, why?
Do you think that's just a culture thing?
That's definitely a culture thing.
I don't think that it's more, I think it's everybody.
It's definitely a culture thing. It's us, man.
I feel like
white people do it too. I'm not gonna say like white people don't do it too. White people do it too.
Yeah, but see, white people will do it and they still work with you. Black people do it and they won't work with you.
They won't.
They'll hold that shit for the rest of their life. White people be like, hey, Johnny.
Right. And then
how
talk
you doing
shit after they leave.
I fucking hate Johnny.
That's true.
I hate Johnny. And then next meeting, you'll be in a meeting. Johnny, how can we make this work?
Right.
Black people be like, shit, I hate Spank.
Yeah,
I don't want to be on a cast. Yeah. I don't want to be on a set with Spank. Like, I'm good on Spank.
That's true.
And I had this conversation too with my friends just in general that I feel like as a culture, bro, we're so behind because of shit like that.
Yeah.
We don't know how to work with each other, even though we're not the best of friends.
Right.
We don't know how to give each other opportunities because we feel as though it's going to dim our light. With white people, they don't have a problem working with whoever.
They don't get their money because it's all about making your money. They know how to get to a bag.
We scared to lose money, I guess.
Yeah. And we want to be the guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind letting somebody else be the guy. As long as I'm getting paid, bro. As long as I'm getting paid, I'm good. And I'm doing what I love.
What's something you struggle with personally that people wouldn't expect?
Something personally I struggle with people wouldn't expect. I don't really struggle with nothing, yo. Just like what I said, I don't like when people talk about people behind their back.
Yeah.
Like I'm naive to negativity, yo. Like I'm naive to it. Even though I don't like people that talk about, I'm not gonna let it get to me. Like I'm not gonna I got this thing where I don't have bad days. Now I may have a day better than the next day, but I don't have bad days.
How? Explain that.
I don't let shit get to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though that guy talking about me behind my back, I'm still performing tonight. I'm still getting paid this weekend.
But is that because that you are doing that? Because some people have those same situations and they not performing tonight. They're not getting the opportunity.
Even when I was younger, my mom said I was a happy baby growing up. She said I rarely cried when I was a baby. Like I just feel like if it's not in my control, why would I let it stress me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if I couldn't pay a bill this month, it's like shit. I got to figure it out. Let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I never let stuff stress me like that. So I don't. What do I struggle with? I don't know, bro. I really don't know, man. I don't think I struggle with that. You know?
Is it?
Oh, okay. I struggle with, when I was in a relationship, I struggle with, like, because my ex-wife wasn't, like, happy.
Yeah.
I struggle with trying to, like, help her to be happy, though.
Okay.
Because, like, when she would come to me and say, yo, I had a bad day doing it, I'm like, yo, why you let that bother you? Like, come on, get out of here. Why you getting mad at that?
Yeah.
Stupid. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Road rage? Why you worry about a guy cut you? Like, I don't even have road rage no more, bro. I used to have road rage, though. I only have, no, people cut me off, I'm like,
fuck it.
yeah. That's, you cursing them out, screaming, can cause an aneurysm and you die.
Yeah.
Stress.
Is it hard balancing family with your career right now?
No, because my family left me.
They ain't leave you.
You know what I mean? I got divorced, they left me.
Yeah, but you still have a family.
I'm joking, I still got a family. Nah, well, my kids is older now. My son is 25, and my daughter is 18. So they call, we talk, they need anything, help them out. They come see me. I see my daughter every week because she's still living in LA. But my son moved back with his mom for a minute. And now I think he's trying to find his own spot right now. He's working. Shout out to my son, man, Mayor Horton, man. Work at the post office. I mean, doing all right for himself. But he just called me saying he might looking for another job now. I'm like, hold on, bro. You at the post office. What you doing? Why are you looking for another job? You want to get into real estate or something like that. I'm like, all right, come on, bro. What you doing?
What's wrong with him wanting to get into real estate, man?
Bro, stay here for a couple of years first, bro. I mean, stay here for a couple of years, save up your money, and then you buy a property or something. Then you want to go like, you know what? Okay, I'm transitioning into real estate. Don't just quit your job and be out here broke looking to start being a realtor, or not realtor, but being into real estate. Yeah. Save up your money. Start buying. Keep your job. Like with me, when I did comedy, I had a job.
Yeah.
I kept my job until I started making enough money where I didn't need a job.
Have you ever thought man, you want to be a comedian or do you want to work for me? Like, have you ever gave him the opportunity?
Nah, I never asked him that. I let him. I always, when he was in high school, I always said, hey man, what do you want to do? He never knew.
Yeah.
So I would give him things. I would give him ideas. I would tell him Google. Because one time he told me he wanted to be a teacher. I said, no, the fuck you don't. You don't want to be a teacher.
What's wrong with you?
What? You don't.
You be blatantly honest.
Yes.
But it'd be hilarious because you're blatantly honest.
You don't want to be a teacher.
Teachers
bro,
don't get no money.
All you hear is teachers complain about money.
Yeah.
So why would you want to go in that field? Now I respect every teacher. I appreciate everything that y'all do, but I've heard my ex-wife was a teacher. She used to complain all the time about the kids and the money. So I'm like, why would I put that stress on you?
Yeah. So
I used to give them different jobs that made 6 figures coming out of college. Okay. So I had him research all that. He didn't like no. And then he was playing ball. That didn't work out. I told him, hey man, I wasn't that good, so you don't got good genes. Yeah. It's a basketball, brother. That didn't work out. So then after that, he started doing delivery with Amazon. Okay. So this is where my entrepreneurial, did I say that word right?
Entrepreneurship
came into effect because I said, hey, since you delivering for somebody, look into how much trucks cost so you can own your own company and you do your own deliveries.
Yeah,
I got you. I'll do that for you.
That's dope.
I told you just work there for like a year, learn the routes and all that, start networking with people, and I can help you do that where you're working for yourself.
Yeah, that's dope.
He quit after like 3-4 months. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's
but he's still young though. Yeah. Still young. He's still coming around trying to figure it out. So now he got the post office job due to his uncle. I think his uncle knew someone, nepotism, knew someone. They got him into now he work at the post office. But now he wants to quit this. He ain't even been there a year yet. He want to quit this and get into real estate, but
he ain't found where he live yet. That's all it is.
That's what it is. I get it. But my thing is this. At least save up some money.
He got Spank Horton. He good, man.
No.
No. Spanky.
I got him though.
Spank account is cool.
No. I got him though. But for you to love it, you gotta love the process.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So if you love the process of you saving your own money and then buying some property for like 40,000, 50,000, something like that. Now don't get me wrong. If you save up 10, 15 grand, I'll match you to get the property. I'll do something like that, but you gotta show something because if you don't, and if I pay for everything, then you start to do it, you ain't gonna like it.
You just gonna.
You go quit and move on. Now I want to go back to the post office. Hey, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's true.
What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
So I asked anybody who sits here this question.
Yeah.
Not specifically here, but across from me, and I interview them. And I tell them I want you to really think about this question, all right?
Yeah.
So on your tombstone, right?
Yeah. God, you killing me off already?
You have the year you were born, right? Whatever year that is.
Mm-hmm.
Then on your tombstone.
1978. That's when I was born.
1978.
I'm old.
Then on your tombstone, you have the day that you pass away, your demise, whatever you go to, whatever high belief that you believe in.
Yeah.
The only thing outside of that on the tombstone is a dash, and you have to make your life remembered. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want that dash to be remembered?
A cool guy, man. Just a cool guy. Lovable guy. How many words can I put on there?
I mean, it doesn't have to be on the tombstone exactly, but if someone speak at your funeral, how like if you could write down how you want to be remembered.
Straight down to earth guy, man. Never changed. Was the same from when they first met me to my, killed me off. But yeah, just a cool guy, man, chill guy. If you need anything, he'll talk to you. I'm a conversationalist, so I don't mind talking. That's why I don't mind how long this goes. Yeah. As long as I'm out of here by to go to this. I gotta go to this party though. It's a surprise party for one of my friends down here. He lives in Baltimore. Okay. You from DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that beef though?
There's no beef. There's literally no beef. There is no beef. There used to be a beef growing up.
Y'all just had the Tank Davis.
But it wasn't a beef though, because some people from DC felt as though that Tank was going to win. And so there was no beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I went to the fight, it was no beef.
Like, you went?
Yeah, I went. I did an interview with Lamont Roach. I'm from DC.
Oh, you did?
Shout out to him. And he told me that he wasn't going to lose. And
right. Every fighter say that, though.
I felt like
you can't go into a fight, I'm going to lose.
No, I think that some people go into fights and be like, just check.
Let me get this check. That's true.
But he was one
of the
ones.
Shout out to, what's the name, that for Canelo. He definitely went in for the check, but I ain't going to say his name.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I ain't going to say his name because he might see me and get mad.
When I did an interview with Roach, like, he was 100%. Like, I know him.
Yeah.
We fought younger. I didn't like how I went when we were younger.
Right.
I've been training different, and he proved himself.
But I heard they was kind of like friends, though.
Yeah, they cool. And not now anymore. Not anymore, though. I don't think they beefing, but I don't think Tank like that draw shit. I didn't think he liked that shit at all.
He lost.
Yeah. He said there was a draw.
He lost. They count the knockout. He lost.
The committee said that it was.
He's the fucking purse. He's the money. Yeah. Of course they don't want to put the L on his record. He's the money. Tank can fight tomorrow and still make as much money if he fight anybody else besides Roach. Roach won't. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the money guy.
They supposed to do a rematch.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Tank ain't gonna do it.
Nah, they close to it. They close to signing that contract.
I hope you do it, Tank, but I don't think he's gonna do it. He's gonna move on.
All right, man, before we get out of here, is there anything that you, first of all, shout out to the podcast. I want to say, you know what I'm saying? No, actually, I want to ask you about that.
Yeah,
That's the last thing I want to ask you about.
Come on.
People like me, right, who are grinding from the bottom up.
Yeah.
And then there are people who already have celebrity status that start podcasts. Do you think that people who start those podcasts with the celebrity status are kind of like taking opportunities away from people who are grinding into getting into those roles?
Well, I look at it as a podcast was developed through celebrities first, though, wasn't it? You sure?
Podcasts were people who couldn't get on the radio, who weren't celebrities. All they had was a camera and a mic, and they said, we're going to start doing our own thing. And then celebrities, when celebrity got on the podcast, And they start doing their own platforms, like companies start looking at them because they're the followers.
Well, then, yeah, you're right. We taking y'all jobs. Yeah, you're right. We taking y'all jobs. I thought celebrities was the first ones doing stuff because, you know, we had our radio show, Straight from the Heart.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when we first started into the negotiations, I kept telling Kev, I said, hey, bro, this podcast world is like blowing up. This is like 2019, I think it was.
Yeah.
I said, yo, this podcast world blowing up, bro. Plus, everybody has cell phones and all that, man. Everybody want to see video now. Yeah. Nobody really listen in the car for radio. Shout out to Sirius XM and all that, but a lot of people don't really listen. The Midwest do. That's where our big fan base was at. But a lot of people is into video now. They're into their phone.
Yeah.
Nah, that's going to die down. Like, all right, did radio. And we got fired from radio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm doing my podcast. But I started doing my podcast before I got fired. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. Because Kev said he's done. I said, when you leave, you're going to take a lot of the listeners, bro.
Yeah.
They ain't just gonna listen to us, even though it was a good show without them. But I knew it was gonna move on. So I guess you're right then. Yeah, we taking your jobs. But I just feel like everybody got their own lane though.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Most celebrity podcasts, like athletes podcasts, is all sports.
I think that they do whatever they want now.
Well, me and Lou doing everything.
Yeah.
But most of the athletes doing in their field. Think about it.
Just whatever's trending.
Who? Talk to me.
Anybody.
Who?
Anybody. Like for example.
Give me a podcast.
Gil's Arenas.
Yeah.
Gil's Arenas, straight sports guys.
Right. What they talking about?
I just watched the podcast with my guy Simba. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about the Drake and Kendrick beef.
Well, you had Simba on there. You had a rapper on there.
Yeah, but
you think they had that conversation without Simba on there?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Why they didn't do it before?
They probably did. I'm saying I only can pinpoint it because it just recently happened, within this last week. So I think that even though it's sports people, they talk about everything though. So.
I think I see what you're saying, but I think it's based about, I think the Joe Budden podcast talk about everything.
Yeah. But Joe Budden, he's smoking.
He what?
He's smoking right now. He's out of there.
Yeah, he's killing.
He's out of there. Shout out to Joe.
Shout out my nigga Ice, too.
But anything else you want to let the people know?
Mark and Melissa, yeah, I forgot. I know all y'all talking about. Yeah.
Anything else you want the people to know before you get out of here, man?
Shit. Nah, I ain't got nothing else. We talked about me dropping my special, hopefully by the end of this year, that comes out.
We ain't getting into no drama.
Yeah, no drama. Kev only wore a dress on Saturday Night Live, and I was mad that he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, he did it.
Y'all still crack jokes about that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We put the picture in there.
Are y'all real niggas like everybody else?
Y'all
bougie friends? Or y'all really be nigga, you really put a dress on.
I just smacked the shit out of Kev a couple weeks ago, his drunk ass, in the car. Wake up, nigga. What you fall asleep for? We getting out. We at the hotel now.
Yeah.
Hey, we real friends with each other.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you being a real friend to Kev, too, because a lot of people be yes men when people get to a certain
I ain't got time for that yes shit.
But I appreciate you sitting down with me, taking this time, having this great conversation. I hope you do. Well, I'm going to see you tonight at the show.
Yes.
That's
why I was about to get my phone now, get your whole name, text it to the tour manager, and give you tickets.
My guy, appreciate you. Kid, Hustle Man, Frat, Spank, Horton, we out of here.
Yeah. My guy.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother.